All right, all right, all right, my beautiful people, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Thanks so much for joining us here. This is the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. And this is we're continuing along in our journey, our personal development journey, by the way, in the book Think and Grow Rich: A Black Choice by Mr. Dennis Kimbro and the Napolean Hale, in conjunction with Napolean Hale. And so hopefully you've been enjoying this time, that you're getting something out of it, and we continue. This is something we'll do daily. I've just, it's very interesting, guys. I want to share a few things with you today before we get into our reading. We'll be getting to continue along, I believe, in chapter 3, which is desire, the starting point of all achievement. And I know that it takes a little bit for our different platforms to let you know that we're here. But while I was doing that, go ahead and let us know that you are connected and what city, what state you're representing, and quite possibly what business it is that you represent as well. So in the comments below, go ahead and share your city, your state. And then also, if you do have a business, let us know about that as well. Love to be able to share as well. What's going on? Instagram Live, YouTube Live, Facebook Live. My main man from Savannah. What's going on with your brother? I am your brother. Ella Webb is up in the house as well. Thanks so much for joining here, I believe in Atlanta or Latonia or somewhere. Thanks so much for joining us here on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. I am ERGJ, and it's just a pleasure to be able to bring this to you guys. I was talking to a brother yesterday, and in our conversation, I just got saying, man, we have to do this every day, because every day we have to fight evil. And that's right. Every day it is a fight. We got to fight. We got to beat down evil. And when I say evil, I'm not just talking about the things that are outside. I'm talking about the evil thoughts that we have on the inside, the negative things that keep coming up. And I woke up this morning and I'm going through and I'm doing my ritual, and lo and behold, we start getting into this government shutdown. And I said, how many people this morning are going to be overwhelmed by the story and by what's happening in the world? How many people, and obviously we got a lot of people that's affected by it, but how many people are going to be overwhelmed simply because they allow the things in the world to overtake their mental, right? They're so easily influenced by the things in the world. And so I'm realizing just how important it is every day to fight for our minds. It's a battlefield of the mind and the spirit, and we cannot allow the things that happen in the world to overtake our mentality. We got to build strong minds. Everybody put in the console, strong minds. We have got to build and maintain strong minds, strong mental attitudes, so we can continue along. Because here's the deal, guys. I want you to understand that this too shall pass. That's right. This too shall pass. We have seen this before. Matter of fact, doesn't it seem like it happens around the same time, right around tax season, the government decides to shut down because of some rift? This happens all the time, and it seems to happen right in the same season when you and I would need to get our money back. So this too shall pass, and whatever it is that you might be dealing with, this too shall pass. Know that life continues on. We got to have strong minds. This is why this broadcast is so valuable, so important, because it allows us to keep and maintain our minds and keep them right. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor too long, guys. I know you didn't come to hear me rant, but I just wanted to share that because I don't know who's watching today or right now, and they need to hear that this too shall pass. Now, of course, you want to put some strategy behind it. You want to make sure that you do what you need to do what you can do to make sure that you are still in a good position as you move forward, and also learn from this time. Don't keep going back to what you know ain't gonna work. Learn from it and evolve so it don't have to affect you again in the future. That's why multiple streams of income is important. Anyway, this is the New Black Wall Street Book Club. It's time to get this show on the road. You know what time it is, man. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses, where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club, you should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for tuning in this morning here on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. We are going through the book Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Mr. Dennis Kimbro and Napolean Hale. Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. It's a guide to success for Black Americans. Black Enterprise is a book that should be required reading for all African Americans. And we're continuing along in this book in chapter 3, which is Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Today's episode is brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar. That's right, ERGJ Black Bazaar. Go and check them out at www.ergjblackbazaar. We do have the Black History Activity Books. Black History Activity Books. This is Uncle Martin, and this includes drawing, coloring, connect the dots, all that good stuff. Obviously, Black History Month is coming up, but you can get a gift early for someone or for yourself and learn about Dr. Martin Luther King and his journey, what made him such an iconic figure in our history, and do it with some fun. Go and pick up your Black History Activity Books at ERGJ Black Bazaar. Also, want to let you know, if you are a business and you want a promotion through this broadcast, you can do that. Make sure you inbox us so we can check out what it is that you do, and we can help you sell more stuff. If you're an author, obviously this is a book club. Maybe you've written a book that needs to be on this show. Maybe you need more exposure to the wonderful literature that you've written. Make sure you inbox us, allow us to review your book and see if it's something that works for us. And then last but not least, maybe you want to join the club. That's right, the New Black Wall Street Book Club is a benefit that comes with joining the Black Billionaires Club. That's right, the Black Billionaires Club, where we have the book club, mastermind groups, and we work together to win. Everybody putting console together. We work together to win, right? If that's something that you're interested in, you want to get into financial literacy, you want to connect with brothers and sisters of like mind that can help you to move forward and succeed, then go ahead and go to theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com, and join the club today. It's only $10 a month for you to do that, and we will welcome you with open arms as we we build together. If you're joining with us here today and you've already a part of the Black Billionaires Club, go and put in the console #BBC. That's right, #BBC, because we are building an army of brothers and sisters who understand the power of working together. Here's the deal. Here's what I want you to understand this morning. That if you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. Yeah, let me say that again. If you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. Until you and I understand the power of working together, we're going to always find ourselves going the slow road and quite possibly never getting it done. I don't think we were ever put on this earth to do it by ourselves. What we have to learn to do is how to work with one another to accomplish our goals. That's right, to accomplish our goals. So let's get right into what we're going to be discussing today. Again, on Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. It is in chapter 3, Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Everybody put in console desire. So that begs the question, guys, what is it that you desire to do, that you desire to accomplish, that you desire to acquire? What is your burning desire? Now notice it's a different word. It's not what you hope for. It's not what you wish for. It's not what you just simply want. It's something that you cannot live without. Something that you're willing to die for. You're either going to get it or you're going to die. Desire. Today we're going to be talking about the miracle of motivation. The miracle of motivation. Disraeli once wrote, action may not always bring happiness. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Means you and I, we got to do something. Neither does action bring satisfaction, even in those instances where action does not bring happiness. Basically, you are presented with three decisions in life. Number one, whom are you going to spend your life with? Number two, how are you going to spend your life? And number three, what are you going to live your life for? Let me repeat those questions again. And of course, this is something that we dive into as we connect at the new at the Black Billionaires Club. We go deeper, but of course, we can't go as deep or doing a public offering. But nonetheless, hopefully you get something from it. Who are you going to spend your life with? Now, I want you to understand that this does not necessarily mean your significant other or because you may not necessarily be married, but who are you going to spend your life with? It could be an organization. It could be something that you stand for. I don't know. You gotta start expanding your mind, because most people go to, oh, who am I going to marry? That's not the question. The question is, who are you going to spend your life with? Second question, how are you going to spend your life? How are you going to spend your life? And the third question, what are you going to live your life for? I mean, these are some thought-provoking questions. We're going to take some time to answer when we come together once we get to our mastermind group. The answer to these questions will provide you with the key to the riches you seek. You will either drive yourself or be driven. I love that. You'll either drive yourself or you will be driven. In the other book that we read, what happened? Let's see here. My live just ended. Hold on a second. We gotta get this thing coming back. Good old. Let me see here. 1 second, guys. Got a little breakup on the Facebook Live. Got to get this thing coming back. Let's try it again. Continue. Let's do this. Let's do Facebook Live. Continue. All right. Hold on a second. Good old. I don't know what happened. And just ended. That ain't never happened before. You know, see, when you start getting to the good stuff, good old enemy want to stop your flow, man. Let's see if we can get this thing back again. All right, let's see if we good. What's going on over Instagram? D boy knows. Continued. I should have put continued, but nonetheless. All right, what's going on with you? All right, we good. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna continue this thing because this is some good. So we're going into the miracle of motivation, right? And we can continue along with this on New Black Wall Street Book Club. But this really once wrote action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Neither does action bring satisfaction, even in those instances where action does not bring happiness. Basically, you are presented with these three decisions in life. What are you going to spend your life? Who are you going to spend your life with? How are you going to spend your life? And what are you going to live your life for? So thanks so much for rejoining us here on the broadcast. Not quite sure what happened, but we are back and we're going to continue along in this thing, the New Black Wall Street Book Club. The answer to these questions will provide you with the key to the riches you seek. You will either drive yourself or be driven. Motivation will be the difference. And so not only will you only drive yourself or be driven, there's a few other terms that are used. It says you'll either build your dreams or build someone else's. Right? You'll either own or be owned. It comes down to motivation. Now, the word motive is defined as that within the individual that incites him or her to act. It is the inner urge that produces specific results that can be learned and developed. In order for motivation to be effective, driving you toward your desire, it must be internalized. Until the incentive has been interpreted and accepted, motivation has no real power. Every thought you think, every act you take can be traced back to some definite motive or combination of motives. No one ever does anything without having been motivated to do so. No one ever does anything without first having been motivated to do so. You will need to develop a strong, positive approach to self-motivation if you are to be successful in your quest for achievement. There are 9 basic motives to which everyone responds and which influence practically every human thought or deed. The 9 motives are, number 1, love. Are you driven by love? I think many of us can think of a time where love drove us to do something, or the thought of love, or incited by love. Number 2, financial gain. Another big, strong motive. You know, in order to acquire some money, get some money, cause you to do some things. Self-preservation or survival. That's right. Man, some human strength goes to a whole nother level when you are motivated to survive, just to survive. Sex, right? Sex is a big, strong motivation for many. Power and fame. You want the power? You want the fame? You want the fame and the fortune. Freedom. Man, just imagine the thought of being free and driving towards being free, how that drove people to do things for their freedom. Creativity, another motive, right? Anger and revenge, and also fear. So again, the 9 basic motives of which influence practically every human thought or deed: love, financial gain, self-preservation or survival, sex, power and fame, creativity, freedom, creativity, anger and revenge, and fear. Within this framework, you will find the roots of everything you do or refrain from doing. Though love and fear are poles apart, they remain the strongest of all our motives. Motivation. Now, let me ask you this, man. As you a lot of this comes down to the why. As you think about your desire, this burning desire, this thing that you want to do, create, or be, also within that, figure out why you want to do it. What is it that's motivating you to want to accomplish this thing, to have this success, right? For many, they say, hey, I want to get out of debt, right? And the motive could be financial gain. But the motive could also be love. They love their family so much they don't want them to struggle anymore. For others, it could be freedom. They feel like they are enslaved by their debt. I don't know what that is for you, but it's important that you know what's driving you. Why is a great question to ask. What drives you? What's going to be the motivating force that drives you to accomplish that which it is that you said that you want to do? This is the stuff we start getting into during our mastermind sessions, which I hope that you will join and be a part of. Again, to join the Black Billionaires Club and the New Black Wall Street Book Club, simply go to theblackbillionairesclub.com and click on Join the BBC. Now let's get into a little discussion on a Black historical figure. This is titled "The Children Know That Somebody Loved Them." This is just a feel-good story that I loved reading. Sitting in an old rocker on the 3rd floor of a Harlem Brownstown, Clara mother Hale cradles a 3-month-old infant who has already fought a battle that has defeated many adults: drug addiction. Born prematurely to a mother who herself was an addict, the tiny baby once exhibited all the symptoms of heroin dependency. The small, frail-looking Black woman remembers the day the child was brought to the center. He was always shaking and scratching himself and crying, says Mother Hale, and she is affectionately called. We had to keep him covered up because he was always cold. The baby is just one of more than 600 children, Black, white, and Hispanic, between the ages of 2 weeks and 3 years, who have overcome drug addiction through the care offered by the Hale House, Hale. Located in a 4-story converted apartment building on Harlem's west side in the midst of the New York drug trade, the center was conceived by Clara Hale in 1969. The cure she continually employs is not based on miracles or medicine, but on the healing power of love and positive reinforcement. Everybody put in the comments below reinforcement. See, this is what we're doing each and every day here on this public offering. It's called positive reinforcement. We are reinforcing, right, personal development each and every day, Because again, we have to fight every day. And the best way to go is to early in the morning, get your mind right so you can go out and fight for the rest of the day. With soft, tender eyes, she says, the children know that somebody loves them. The children know that somebody loves them. Born in Philadelphia, Clara Hale acknowledged that the loving care she received from her own mother provided the foundation for her work. At age 27, Mother Hale found herself a widow with 3 small children of her own to support. Searching for ways to raise her family, she began caring for her neighbors' children. Her home-based business was successful except for one minor flaw. Many of the children became so attached to Mother Hale that they didn't want to go to their homes at the end of the day. Consequently, many of them boarded with her during the week and visited their parents on the weekends. Over the next 30 years, Clara Hale raised more than 40 foster children in that 5-room brownstone on 146th Street. The majority went on to lead successful lives. I've cared for more than 600 addicted babies since we opened the center, she said softly. I hold them and rock them. They love you to tell them how great they are, how good they are. Somehow, even at a young age, they understand that. So Clara Hale was a widow, 3 small children, looking for ways to support her family. She basically said, well, one thing that I can do is I can take care of children. So she worked with her neighbors and the people in the community, and she said, I'll watch your children while you go off and work. And that was the beginning of her home-based business in 1969. And over the next 30 years, that grew from a home-based business to a center. Wow. Everybody put in the comments a little wow. That's it. Wow. What's going on, Virginia? We got to talk. We got to talk. I tell my children being black does not stop you. You can stand on the corner and say, well, white people kept me back and I can't do this. Not so. You can have anything you want if you make up your mind and you want it bad enough. And I just want to recall her words right there. You can have anything you want if you make up your mind and you want it bad enough. These are the words from Mother Clara Hale that she shared with her children that she watched. She was probably giving them more positive reinforcement than anybody was giving at that time. They wasn't getting it at home. If they went to school, but they was getting it at the Hale house. And I want to know, are you another Mother Hale that continues to give positive reinforcement to every child and every peer that you see? See, life or death is in the power of the tongue. And too many of us are spitting out poison and bile, and we're crushing dreams, mainly our own dreams. Instead of saying, I can do anything I want. I just simply have to make up my mind, and I need them want it bad enough. In other words, desire. As the founder and guiding spirit of this program, Clara Hale was cited as a true American hero by the then President Ronald Reagan in 1985 State of the Union address. Hundreds of infants and children have returned to health and to their rehabilitated parents after living and being loved under her gentle care. Love is man's greatest experience. Love is man's greatest experience. It brings one into communication with that infinite source of all creation. Love makes all mankind akin. It clears out selfishness, greed, jealousy, hate, and envy. True wealth will never be found where love does not abide. I'll be writing that today. True wealth will never be found where love does not abide. The love to which I refer is the love typified by the master when he said, and now I'll abide of faith, hope, love, these three. But the greatest of these is love. Love, courtesy, and friendship are three priceless assets that cannot be purchased or bargained for. They must be given away before they become valid. Love is the one factor that draws a clear line between man and all other creatures on earth. It is the one factor that determines for each of us the space we will occupy in the hearts of our fellow man. It is the solid foundation upon which all of humanity is based. You can judge how well you are succeeding in the game of life by the number of quality of loving relationships you have engaged in. Let me repeat that again. You can judge how well you are succeeding in this game of life by the number and quality of your loving relationships. For man is truly great, if he is worth his salt, he will love all mankind. There's only one thing that will attract love, and that is love. This love is the same love exhibited by Clara, Hale, and all those who've attained riches. It is the love that is the life-giving force, the spring of all action, a motive that triggers desire. It is the outward expression of the spiritual nature of man. The great minds of every age have recognized love as the eternal elixir that binds the heart wounds of mankind and makes men their brother's keepers. Great question for you. Are you your brother's keeper? Are you your sister's keeper? Do you love them enough? Emerson held a vision of this kind of love when he wrote, "The magnanimous know very well that they who give time or money or shelter to the stranger, so it be done for love and not for ostentation, do it as it were, do as it were, put God under obligation to them. So perfect are the compensations of the universe. In some way, the time they seem to lose is redeemed, and the pains they take remunerate themselves. These men fan the flame of human love and raise the standards of civic virtue among mankind." Love, the strongest of the 9 motivations to move us to accomplishment. And I want to read those 9 motives again. These are the 9 basic motives to which everyone responds and which influence practically every human thought or deed. The 9 motives are love, financial gain, self-preservation, sex, power and fame, freedom, creativity, anger and revenge, or fear. 9 basic motives. Now, I gotta ask, as we're talking about desire, the starting point of all achievement, have you determined your desire? What it is that you want, where it is that you want to be, what it is that you want to acquire, who it is you want to become, what it is that you want to build. Have you determined your desire? And then once you have determined that, have you figured out why you want to build it, why you want to become, why you want to acquire? Have you figured out the motive behind that which it is that you desire? I want to encourage you to stop trying to do this all by yourself. This is just 30 minutes. And hopefully you're getting something out of this. I believe in providing value or giving value. I understand that as I give value, value is returned unto me. But we do have a club that you can join. Not only just the book club, that's a part of it, but the Black Billionaires Club, where you can connect with like-minded brothers and sisters to help you to win. If you could do it by yourself, it would already be done. We all need others. And like he said, you can determine, right? You can, what did he say? Let's go back. You can judge how well you are succeeding in this game called life by the number and quality of your loving relationships. You can judge how you are succeeding in this game called life by the number and quality of your loving relationships. Now, I don't know who's told you this already, but yeah, I love you. And you can, and hopefully you can see that by my actions. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this because I love my people enough to say, hey, I understand that this is something that we need each and every day. I mean, my God, when as an entrepreneur, we need this each and every day. We got to continue to feed ourselves each and every day. We got to continue to build our mental each and every day. We got to continue to work on our psychology and philosophy each and every day. When you fix your mind, you'll fix everything else. Yeah, things become clearer. You begin to find answers. You begin to see the path of whatever it is that you're trying to go. When we fix this, we fix everything else. You see, when I began to fix my mind, I began to fix my money. When I began to fix my mind, I began to fix my relationship. When I began to fix my mind, all this other stuff that's going on out here in the world, it didn't affect me as much because I wasn't I'm not influenced by the outside. I'm influenced by the inside. Join the Black Billionaires Club today. Join a group of people who are serious about success. This is New Black Wall Street Book Club, going through the book Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. We're in chapter number 3. We're going to do this each and every day. I've got other books that we'll be going through as well. The focus is on Black authorship for this particular show, but we do have a midday show as well, which I'll be sharing with you books that I read to free myself to go from employee to entrepreneur. I was at that point where I just simply had to quit, but I didn't know how. I fixed my mind though. And I started taking control of my thoughts and took control of my life. Hey guys, what I'd like for you to do right now is in the comments below, share with us what it is that you took away from today. What's one thought, one principle, one thing that captured your attention and has got you thinking a little bit. I tell you this, man, I was reading about Warren Buffett this morning, the 3rd richest man in the world. You know what he says? He says he reads 80% of his day is simply reading. We understand that all successful people say that reading is the key. And so, you know what? We're going to do that. Most people simply won't do it. But guess what? I'm not looking for most people. I'm looking for the few who are going to make a commitment to reading, personal development, and also developing their business. You can rock right along with this at the Black Billionaires Club. Again, today's episode is sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar. Make sure you pick up your Black History activity books. You can do that by going to www.ergjblackbazaar.com. You can join us in the Black Billionaires Club by going to theblackbillionairesclub.com as well. If you are an author and you feel your book should be on this show, make sure that you inbox us so we can review your book. And then last but not least, if you are a business and you want to sponsor this show, you want to make a contribution so we can continue to do this. Reading Rainbow 2.0. I was thinking to myself, we don't have no LeVar Barton in 2019. Now, when I was growing up, we had one. We had someone that stressed the value of reading. Well, guess what? We may not have them, but we're going to create them, and it's going to be right through this broadcast. Reading Rainbow 2.0, helping brothers and sisters to take control of their mind so they can take control of their life. Well, guys, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village, and it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, but guess what? That's enough. Now, I pray to God to preserve each and every one of you, that today as you go out, you will remember that you are in control. Stay in control and live happy, man. Mr. DJ, hit the music. It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club with your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah. New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street Book Club.